Hey fellas, it's Thursday, February 4th. Yeah, we're going on around noon. And I got the garage up to about 78 degrees. And that is on low. Still going on with my Udizzy Spring Cleaning. We're going to do both sides of the bench today. We're going to do both top and bottom shelf, both sides, top and bottom shelf. You can see I got the corner cleaned out over there on the top of the bench, and put the stereo and the battery chargers up there on top of the fridge. Even clean that off. We're going to clean this shelf off, all this stuff, and we're going to paint that too when we paint the top and the vices coming off. And so, yeah. I think we're going to move all the paint stuff down to this shelf once we reorganize everything. I got the paintless wiring kit, what's left of it, right in there, so that's going to be easy access. So we'll do that. A lot of this will go back up into the extra parts box up there. And as you can see, we got the door latches down from where they were up there in storage. So we'll clean those up. And the car is pushed forward again. So I sure would like to know how I picked up all these frickin' jack stands. I got one car and I got, what is that, 10 jack stands? How in the heck did I pick all these up? The orange ones, I can tell you, I brought those because they fit really good inside the dollies. So the orange ones I know. The red ones and the two gray ones where I picked those up, I have no idea. Man, we're going to find other spots for those. Those were all stored underneath the bench over here, along with all this stuff. That's my little Honda generator. That's my dad's toolbox, and this is just an extra toolbox. I think was one of my son's. You guys want to see something cool? How old do you think this ratchet is from Sears? And it still works. Yeah, this was my dad's box. Brass hammer. He drilled holes in his sockets so he can put a bar through and tighten it up that way, a T-bar through. Phew! Excuse me. Yeah. Man, I haven't seen this in a while. Couple of tips broken off. Spark plug gapper. Yep, Dad's old toolbox. Thing weighs a ton too. Remember, he said there, go downstairs, get my toolbox and lug it up here for me. Alright guys, this is where we're at. We'll get this cleaned off, and then we'll vacuum it off, and then we'll wipe it down, and then we'll break out the paint and get it painted. Like I said, I'm going to do both shelves today. Ooh, got to get the bottle opener off. All right. When I have more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey, fellas. God, the things you find buried in a tool bench. This is when I was overseas in Southeast Asia. Used to call them ditty bags or AWOL bags. And that's from Ubon, Royal Thai Air Force Base. Royal Thai Air Force Base, Thailand. God, this thing's been all over the world with me while I was in the Air Force. I even took it on my 5-day R&R down to Sydney, Australia with me. Oh man, brings back memories. And here's my duffel bag. Heck, and it's been all over the world with me too. And my name was stenciled on it somewhere. Ah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Man. Well, these aren't going to get stored in the garage anymore, but definitely hanging on to it. Anything in here? Nope, I can't get that open. Not one-handed anyway. So, hey, souvenirs from the past. All right, guys. When I have more, I'll turn this back on. Yeah, I remember those days. Later. Hey, fellas. Got it all masked off, but if you take a... Oh, hold on. Let me get the radio. If you take a look, you see I got that center shelf out. So let's see if I can show you what the problem is. Nice and warped, huh? I guess that's why I had all those screws at this end, trying to hold it down. But after 18 years of being in there, I guess it finally got pulled it up enough. So, oh man. So, we're gonna go get a new board. Hopefully a dry piece of wood. That's a 2x8. And we'll get it in there. I'm gonna use some different screws. These are deck screws with a star head. And pre-drill them. See the drill bit. But we were all masked up, ready to paint. But I figured since I'm doing this, I might as well do it right. And replace that shelf. I should have probably replaced it when I built the bench 18 years ago, but I don't know, maybe I was in a hurry. So that's where I'm at. When I get more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, quick update. Oh, radio. Got the new board in the middle. When I built this, the outer boards were 2x10s, and the inner was the outers were 2x12s, and the inner was a 2x8. So now we're gonna paint. Oh man! And I had Home Depot cut they only sold 2x8s and 8 foot long, so I had them cut it to length, so I didn't have to drag out my sawhorses and open up the garage door. And told them to keep the other piece because the board was only 5 and some change anyway. So we're going to get going on painting. When I have more, I'll turn this back on later. All right, bench is painted. Next is the top. Oh, damn radio. Like I said, next is the top. Probably put this back together Friday, tomorrow, and start on the top. Just getting this all organized. All the paint, paper, masking tape, everything is going to go right here in this section. All that still has to go on the bottom here. But I'm going to try to find room where I can place these somewhere else because they were in the bottom of the tool bench. Man, I don't know why I need 10 sets of jacks or 10 jack stands. So let's see, that's 2, It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. Jesus. I don't know how I got those many. Well, anyway, so again, thanks Udizzy. You got me on the spring fever cleaning bug, and I'm enjoying it. So you guys have a good evening, and we'll pick this up probably on Saturday. Later.